Here's a quote that I ran into. Our body is a temple of light. Addictions are shadows that steal its flame. When we release them, acknowledge them, and then let them go, we restore the glow. Our temple shines brighter. We feel lighter, and we become the light once more. Because you don't have the heaviness, you don't have the sack of bricks on your shoulders weighing you down. But this has to do with what I'm going to talk about here. Addictions. And I don't have a teleprompter or script or anything, didn't memorize anything. This is just going to come straight out of my head, and hopefully I don't sit here and repeat words all the time. So what I'm going to talk about are addictions that people get hooked onto depending on their surroundings, the lifestyle, how they were raised, and generational curses. Yes, it can go from one generation to another. It's just how it is. If you don't attend to it, it would keep going. You would have to be the one to break that curse. And I know it's hard. I've been there, done that. So I myself had an addiction to drink all the time. Years ago, I used to drink from Tuesday to Saturday, every day. I was at the club or at the bar, and there were times I just wanted to stay home. You know, I didn't have the money to go out or anything. You know how dark forces are. They find ways for you to get out there where you're not supposed to be. So friends would call up, and I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. I don't have the money to be doing that. And they're like, we got you, girl. You get dressed, get over here, call us out at the door, and we got you. And there I am, drinking. The one rule I do have was I go to the bar or club by myself. I go home by myself. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, yeah, I used to drink a whole lot all the time. And then years ago, about 10 years, I think, 7, 8 years ago, I picked up smoking weed. Yeah, and it got to where I was smoking that all the time. And that, I started seeing things, and yeah, I stopped a lot of things because I would see things even though my motor skills were very slow, my thinking was slow, but even when I was drunk, I was able to drive. I can drive really well, even under the influence. And I was able to take care of my kids and my home, even under the influence. So my conscious awareness was on tact, was on top, even though I was under the influence. So, but still, it's an open portal. It's an open portal for dark forces to come in, because as soon as you start drinking, or you take drugs, or you're smoking weed, or you're doing any kind of substance that you're not supposed to be doing, it's giving the invitation for dark forces to invade you. I don't care how conscious aware you are. That shit don't work with me. As soon as you open your mouth and let that shit in, you done let a parasite that's going to start controlling you right here. And it's true. But I got a few clips that I put together, and I would do my commentary. So enjoy and learn. And the reason for all of this that I'm doing is that you people need to learn to break away from it. I know it's hard. I've been there. I've done that. I know it's not an easy task, but it's got to be done. If you want to disconnect from this system, from the malevolent matrix, the malevolent AI, to where it won't control you anymore, to where you will go to the good side instead of being stuck on the bad side, you're going to have to break the habit. One thing about me is I grew up all my life being around people that did substance of all kinds and alcohol. Then I end up in relationships with the same shit. Friendships, family, same shit. Kids that grew up, same shit. I am sick and tired of it. I don't even want to have a boyfriend that does any of that. I'm tired of being around that. I have so much fun without having that shit in my life. So this is the reason why I'm doing this video, creating this video together, is so y'all can listen and take heed. So absorb it. Think about it. I mean, really think about it. Listen to it over and over and over. Get it in your head. Let your subconscious hear it. So your unconscious can start working on it. And then it'll come out consciously. So please hear it and take the advice. Learn to break from it. Your life will be a whole lot better. The sack of bricks on your shoulders, it would just fall off. You will feel lighter. You will feel good. I should know. So take a listen to a few of the clips and I will do my commentaries on some of them. All right?
Hey everybody, Seven here. Grand Rising and happy Friday. Real quick. So I heard this quote and it kind of resonated pretty hard. And it said, craving your addiction is your shadow demanding attention. Now, in regards to addiction, we all have addictions, whether it be food, pleasures, whatever, substances. I'm not necessarily talking about substances, but a lot of us, I'm imagining, have struggled with addiction in some way, shape, or form, in some very extreme ways. But that really resonated with me. And I started to think back, about all the times that I binge ate, party too hard, all this stuff. And at those times in my life, it was a time in my life where I needed to be going inside and searching inside and doing shadow work. That's no joke. And a lot of us avoid it for a very long time because one, we don't know what it is, and two, who wants to sit with the most terrible parts of themselves? But it actually is easier, especially if you're diving into substances, to run away from all that. It's easier to numb yourself. It's easier to just bury it down deeper and save it for a later day to explode at another time. But that quote hit me pretty hard and made me think a lot. When you're craving your addiction, your shadow screaming for attention, demanding attention. It's a little food for thought for everybody today. Give you a little something to think about. Hope everyone had a great week. Hope everyone has an even better weekend. So be safe, be smart, take care of each other, continue to make the right choices. And as always, guys, I love you. 7 out.
You don't overcome addiction by walking away from it. You overcome it by killing the part of you that still wants it. And most of you never do that. You just go on a break. That's why relapse hits harder than before, because the shadow remembers. You tried to starve it, not face it. You didn't destroy the altar, you just stopped visiting it. Jung said the shadow isn't evil, it's hungry. And when you pretended you've moved on, but never crucified what craved it, it comes back louder. It shapeshifts. It hides behind new habits, new relationships, new coping mechanisms. But it's the same spirit, just rebranded. In Kabbalah, this is the Klifa. In Catholic mysticism, it's called the sin that returns sevenfold. And the real reason you can't break free, because some part of you still wants to go back. Not because you love the thing, but because you don't know who you are without it. Addiction is a shadow contract. It offers relief, but steals your will. And every time you just try again, without crucifying the self that serves it, you just sign it again. But here's the truth. You don't relapse because you're weak. You relapse because the part of you that used to worship it is still alive. Until that dies, it's not gone. It's just waiting.
Powerful message right there. When you're craving your addiction, your shadow is screaming for attention, demanding for attention. That really hits. Walking away doesn't overcome the addiction. You have to overcome the part of you that wants or crave it. And usually means whatever trigger or trauma you're still carrying. Those are your demons sitting on your shoulder, screaming in your ears to go do whatever addiction to comfort you, to numb or make you forget for a while. And it's only for a while. Is that really worth it? Just for a while? And at the same time, your body is just getting addicted to this? I don't feel that's worth it. But that never works, because the next day your issue or your problems are still there. All you do is repeat the same scenario every day until you decide enough is enough. Letting go those parasites and demons that control your life. Come on, people. I know it's hard to let it go. But if you have loved ones that love you and just are sick of it, aren't they not worthy of you changing and letting it go? Let it go, people. Change it. You need to disconnect from the system. That's a ego. That's a program. That getting into substances and drinking and porn and all of that just to numb whatever's going on inside. That's the reason why you go within yourself and heal and let it go, and you will feel much better. More clips.
Addiction isn't just drugs and alcohol. It's being addicted to validation, approval, chaos, being a victim. In my opinion, these addictions are what cause you to be addicted to drugs and alcohol. The shadow loves addiction because it keeps you asleep. But healing is breaking free from every single cycle that owns you. I love you. Have a great day.
Most of the things that we know today have been taught to us from fallen angels. You see, Azazel didn't just teach us about weaponry, he taught us about sorcery. Furthermore, how to numb our pain. Pharmacology, it came from him. Pills, potions, pleasures, they all came from Azazel. In more cases than not, they weren't meant to heal you. They were sent to chain you. It's funny. Still think that your cravings are just bad habits? Some would say you're feeding a demon every time you attempt to escape.
Every family has one demon that keeps the blood curse alive. Some of you didn't just marry a person, you married into a demonic bloodline. This is why every generation in that family has the same storyline: divorce, poverty, addiction, jealousy, mysterious illness, different faces, same spirit running through the house. The Bible calls it visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children down to the third and fourth generation. That's not poetry. That's generational curses, bloodline demons, spiritual warfare, family trauma disguised as culture. Some cultures know this. This is why you inspect entire families before marriage, because you're not just taking a spouse, you're taking their demons, their altars, their unfinished warfare into your house and onto your children. If every time you visit that side of the family, you feel heavy, anxious, attacked, small, that's not shyness. That's your spirit picking up a household demon that doesn't want you to break the pattern. If this exposes your in-laws or your own family, don't ignore it. Go to my bio. I'll show you how to identify the demon that runs your bloodline and break the curse before it touches your children.
Yeah, wanting people's validation, approval, or acknowledgement of you can be a very heavy ordeal, especially when it has a lot to do with your past of always trying to show everything you do and those accomplishments in hopes that other people or the relationships you're in will look at you, giving the sign of noticing what you do for yourself and others, to in turn of people always looking past the beautiful things you do. That's how it usually is when people are really craving for acknowledgement and to be noticed, to be seen, and you don't get it, but you also need to understand you're in a very low vibration, in a very low lifestyle of partying and being around the wrong people, because you become your environment. And so you can't expect to have good people to acknowledge you or validate you. You have to be in a good environment in order to get noticed, but you also have to become that person. So think about that. You're not going to get anything good. You're not going to have good people. You're not going to, if you're just around people that are negative, that's how you're going to be. Bottom line. Or I've seen people that have become conscious aware, they trying to change and everything, but then they move from one place and they go to another place. It's just as worse. From one negative house to another negative place, and you're going to be surrounded by negativity. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to become it. I don't care how much you say, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I remember how it was and I don't like it and all that. It don't matter. It's still gonna get you right here. Right here. It's gonna still get you. And you will end up going right back to it. And you're gonna lose everybody you gain while you were bettering yourself. Just think of that. Is it really worth it to go from one negative place to another? Unless you want to become how you used to be. Because a lot of y'all sit there and say, oh, I miss this from that, and I miss the fast life, the concerts, and I miss this and that. What do you think you're doing to yourself with those words? Words are spells. You're spell casting yourself. You're spell casting that you will go back to the way it was. All it takes is just to remove yourself where you're at now. Go into a more negative area with drugs and prostitutes and women that just don't care about themselves, and you can't go back. It's hard work to get out of that and go back to being a good person. Everything's choice. You have a choice. Is it worth it for like housing or to move in with family or something? You go from one negative place to another. Is it really worth it? Is it worth losing yourself after working so hard? Is it worth losing your soul? Losing the best people you gained in bettering yourself? Is it really worth it? It's a good question. Let's continue.
Pornography especially, but all forms of sexual addiction, is a shadow of true intimacy because it alters it in such a way that potentially for some, it makes them yearn and long for that thing more. Yeah. And so like you get this distortion, right? It's kind of, we know like God created us, reward pathways, dopamine and the different things like that. Those things are great. They're supposed to happen when we're in an intimate relationship as God created it. But then when that gets hijacked, like the same brain systems that God created to bond with each other, those are the systems that get hijacked with addiction.
Yeah, when it comes to porn, that is a very, very strong addiction, very strong. And this realm, this 3D system is very, very well designed in enticing people with that. Through the internet and apps and websites and everything, and everywhere it's free. You don't have to pay for it. You just got to click on there and boom. And what happens with that is also a generational curse. If you have people in your past or in the family that have very big issues with that, it's going to carry on. You would have to be the one to be strong and break that addiction. And it all starts, like I said once in the past video, it all starts right here. It's a thought. It's a thought. That's where it starts, right here, a thought. You're thinking. You may not want to, but you're thinking. Then the emotions come into play. The emotion of wanting to see it, wanting to do semen retention, because y'all use porn to do that. And that's the emotional part that pops in, comes together with the thought. And then what pops in after that is that you have the parasitic demon that already having the hook going like this, and this system, this realm, it already read your thought, it already picked up your emotion, so it's going to put it in front of you. Even though you're not wanting to, you know you're connected to AI. No matter what, you're connected to it. Through your devices, through the car, through the walls, through your modem. You're connected to it. And they're reading your aura field. They're reading it. They're connected to your mind because your mind is the hardware. It has an IP address. So they're connected to you. So, and that order is how it'll present itself. So that's why people get addicted to porn, because it came from a thought. And porn is something people do, especially when they have nobody, when they have mental issues, when they have other addictions like alcohol and smoking, drugs, trauma, generational curses that you're carrying. All of that plays into being addicted to porn. And especially when you're in a relationship, and if your woman is lacking certain things on the outside part, or she's not doing certain things that you want her to sexually, guess what you're going to do? You're going to go online and look for it. And that's why men that are addicted to porn, I don't care in what form, because there's all levels. There's actually videos, there's pictures of total nudity. There's actual websites advertising products when women are in their panties or bras or lingeries, music videos that have lingerie, everything. Those are addictions. There's people that tell me, oh, I get zoned out listening to music. No. You know who I'm talking, you know who you are. You don't listen to music. Listening to music is you put music and you're not staring at it. But if you're listening to music that has all this hopping around, nudity and everything, and women with crazy hair looking like they just got through fucking you in bed and just didn't even care to comb their hair or anything, you looking at wild women and stuff, that's what it is. You're not listening to music. That is not listening to music. You got that demon going in here. It's not telling you to listen. That's not what it wants you to do. No, it wants you to watch music. You don't listen, you're watching music. There's a difference. People that listen to music actually take it in because it's therapy. But if you're sitting there just watching all of this, that's not listening. That's watching music. All these videos that y'all are following, all these girls and guys that are sitting there being naked and all that, and just to think, some of you have brain fog, depending if you have medical issues or mental issues, you got brain fog. And then you add drugs, alcohol, smoking pot, that's like 20 more % of brain fog on top of the natural brain fog you already have. That means when you get online, you're going to do this and do that, flirt with this person, that person, stare at this and stare at that, save the videos, the like videos that you hide from the public just so you can go back to it. See, you people don't fool anybody. Especially when we already know that you're the type that did what you did in your past. We know this is what you're doing now. We know it. If you can't break those habits, you are the problem. You keep bringing that shit into the generation that you keep being reborn in. You're going to keep with the same problem over and over and over because you didn't want to break away from it. And it's hard, I know. But it's not worth living a lonely life that nobody wants to be with you because you're doing that shit. I know if I have a boyfriend that's doing that, I don't want to be with somebody like that. I'm a good woman. But on the outside of me, I know I don't have what men look for. Men look for beautiful, well-built women younger than them or their age. I'm overweight. And I don't feel like I need to break my ass to lose weight for anybody. So, because I lack that on the outside part of me, any guy that I'm with is just going to go to the internet and look for what's lacking in me. That is a demon parasite that's controlling him. He does not know how to be faithful, even online. And that's the trouble with men that are addicted to porn. It's like living in a second dimension that's lower than what we already live in a virtual reality. That will be their life. Just imagine, you're here in this reality, you were born in this one, but you're putting yourself lower. You want to go be with Meta in a digital world where you have nothing and you will be happy. No real person. No real nothing. Let's go.
Trauma is a dense, polarized frequency that lives in the body, often seen as black, shadowy energy by those who have the gift of seeing. Now, if there is a frequency co-resonance, oftentimes the energy or entity disembodied through frequency co-resonance latches on to the traumatic energy. It starts to parasitize and feed off of this energy. The higher the emotional charge of the trauma oftentimes will lead to addictive tendencies as the attached entity starts to feed off the low frequency, and eventually the entity can enter into the primary neural network and even the neural network. Once this energy moves to the mental body, it can start to lead to mental confusion such as deep depression, severe anxiety, PTSD, not only addiction, but also schizophrenia and personality disorders, which can often lead to soul fragmentation, where the soul fragments off. The good news is that what we reveal, we feel, we heal. We can heal the trauma by locating the trauma, breathing into it, not running away from it, feeling it, releasing and cutting the cords of the attached entities and sending those energies back to source or back to its original rightful owner.
Addiction isn't random. Addiction has a ruler, and it's very intentional in the spirit world. And the ruler's name of all your addictions is called Belphegor. Belphegor is the demon of sloth, and he rules every single addiction in your life. Food, alcohol, gambling, pornography, social media, even you workaholics. At the core, it's all the same. Addiction is not about pleasure. It's about comfort. Belphegor's strategy is simple. He convinces you that comfort is the reward. So that next scroll, the next drink, the next click, the next plate of food will finally give you peace. But it never does. It never does. It leaves you empty and reaching again. That's how slavery works. That's how addiction works. And here's the danger. Addiction doesn't always look extreme. Sometimes it looks like procrastination. Sometimes it looks like binge watching instead of building. Sometimes it looks like keeping yourself busy with meaningless work instead of facing the tough decisions that would help you grow in business and in your family. Okay? Belphegor's goal is to make you obsessed with comfort, that you never embrace pain that produces growth. Growth requires pain. Okay? The word pain, it means the agony endured by Christ. Because discipline destroys Belphegor. And this is why every addiction is spiritual. It's not just about bad habit, it's demonic worship at the core, at the foundation. It's about you worshiping demons with or without your real understanding. So when comfort becomes your master, Belphegor is sitting on the throne of your life. But here's the truth. Freedom doesn't come with more willpower. Freedom comes when you replace your calling, your comfort with calling. When you let God become the source of rest, and instead of numbing yourself with distractions, that's when your calling flourishes. And this is why I created a mini course called the Spiritually Disciplined Leader. Inside, I'll show you how to cut off these patterns once and for all. Now, if you are a business owner and you're sick and tired of being stuck, not growing, not scaling, reach out to me directly. Let's work. If you didn't know, now you know.
So, now you know. Now you know how you can be manipulated, how the program goes, how your ego goes with it, how this system connects to you, because you are an IP address. And it'll, whatever parasites, demons, you have in you because of traumas or triggers or habits and addictions and stuff like that is how you'll always have it. It'll always get worse. You'll start losing people. You'll start losing everything because of it. Because people don't want to be around that. People don't want their significant other to be like that. Family, friends. I mean, when is enough enough? When is it? What does it take? I mean, dark forces are already around you because you already gave them permission or the ticket to invade you according to the habit or addiction at hand. And they will feed on it and make a bigger problem, or the addiction gets stronger as time rolls on. And as to the ruler, Belphegor, he is the sloth, what is called the 7 sins of death, which is pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth. Each one of these is a demon assigned to do its part in infecting the weak, infecting humanity. Each high demon has 126 secondary demons. And each of these have 13,000, and each of those have 17 million, and each of these have billions that are the foot soldiers to infest and manipulate humanity in their weakest time, the weakest areas of their life. So if you people are living a negative lifestyle in any way, shape, or form, whether it's small or it's big, you are connected and you will be controlled through the manipulations of technology aimed at your mind, emotion, root chakra, and the best of all, your triggers and traumas, plus the generational curses that follow lifetime after lifetime until someone decides enough is enough. And you will have the biggest job of cutting and breaking free from this curse. And I know, I've been there, I've done that. It is hard to break away from those curses. You know, when it comes to fighting dark forces and demons, and when it comes to generational curses, you're fighting very big, strong demons, the high power demons. When I was trying to break away from that, I aged like 40, 50 years doing that. My hair turned almost completely white. But at least I saved some of my kids from being burdened of those curses because I broke it. Sometimes it takes just one person in the family to have the balls to break away from it. Better life, baby. Better life. You will be the one who saves the future of your bloodline. So just know that demons aren't monsters with horns, but can manifest that way because they are living energy that is produced from your thoughts, emotions, which comes to fruition visually by this perfect matrix AI design. This system here is programmed to you in ways that you people don't get it. You really don't. Every crack and crevices in your life, if you don't watch it, you will give the permission, the ticket for any entity to invade you and stop you on your tracks. It'll stop you from going ahead. It'll stop you from progressing. It'll stop you from having a life. It'll stop you from joy and happiness and abundance. You think dark forces have empathy? You think they have love? You think they have compassion? They hate that. They don't care for that. And when they see you have it, they're on your fucking ass. Because they don't want you to have that. They want you to do their bidding. They want you to be hooked. They want you living a life of you will be happy with what you got and that's it. You will have nothing and be happy. Is that what y'all really want? Is that the life you really want? Go ahead. Go watch porn. Go do drugs. Go drink. Go get high. Go celebrate holidays and birthdays and do your rituals at church and everything. Go hook yourself up to the system. Go ahead. Go with it. And anybody you have that's like me or your family, friends or whatever, you can say bye-bye to them. Because people like me, we're not going to be around you if that's what you're going to do. Or if you're going to go look for females or males just because your partner's lacking in something, you can get the fuck on. You're sick. You're a very sick individual. And you need to go within and heal yourself and get rid of all the shit that's holding you back. That's making you do all these things. These nasty habits. Stop, people, stop. Save yourself. Nobody else is going to save you. There's no entity, no God outside of you that's going to do a goddamn thing for you. You made these choices. You have the choice to change. And if you got people in your life that pinpoints what you're doing, like, hey, you're following this and this person has porn in there and you want to fucking get mad, what do you think you're telling that person? You're telling them, hey, that's more worthy than you. You'd rather have that than have the good person in your life. What is wrong with you? That don't make sense. Either you don't want to become better than what you were yesterday. I guess you just want to keep doing what you always do. Because I get that a lot. I've always done that. It's like the emojis. They're demonized. But the thing is, either you let them control you or you control who gets what. You have a wife or a husband, you ain't got no fucking business sending those heart emojis and kissy emojis and all of that to people that are not your husband and wife, boyfriend or girlfriend. You've got no fucking business doing that. That is how those emojis control you. It is your fault, your decision. You're making those choices. Respect your partner. Choose the right path. Choose the right things. Make good decisions, healthy decisions. Go within and fix yourself. Nobody's going to but you. And if you had enough and want better, then do better. It's up to you. Your choice.